Father Heers, I have heard it said that Christ will meet you where you are. My question is, do you have any wisdom regarding this saying? I mean, the first thought is that there's no other way for Christ to meet us. Is there? Is there a different place for us to be met than where we are? So yeah, it's absolutely true. And he'll meet us in the sense not of like changing the gospel or discounting the gospel or anything like that. None of that's going to happen. His word is truth unto the ages of ages. He'll meet us in condescension as he did all of humanity in his incarnation. And he continues that, emptying and condescending to our needs. And I think, one thing comes to mind as I'm talking is something that was said by Elder Ephraim of blessed memory, talking about the spiritual state of contemporary Christians. And he said he says in Greek, the piki is like the bar. He said the bar is being lowered again and again and again. We're going from 7 to 6. It's 1 of 10, right? So bars, passing bar is 5, but even that's now to 4. And then he said he was talking to an elder, a great elder, and he was asking him, where's it at now? And he said, the Lord, he begged the Lord to lower it even further. Can you lower it to 4, not, to 3? And then, he down here very low. Now it's down to 2. In other words, his point was, and this, of course, he was talking about himself, and he was getting through prayer answers to his questions, that the mercy and the condescension, the love of God is making it, because of the difficulties, because of the insanity of this world today, because of the apostasy, because of the rise of really satanic things that never been seen really for thousands of years among Christians. All of this that we, are seeing, the spirit of the age. He's saying that because of all these great temptations, the Lord essentially is changing the expectations for Christians, not because salvation changes, but because those temptations are also working if one is patient, one is struggling. Even if one struggles a little bit in this context, it's like struggling a lot in a previous context. So absolutely, God, it says in the ancient Hierotikon, it says that to an elder, somebody says, what's going to happen after us? We've come out here, we've essentially, reached heights of spiritual heights. What's going to happen to the people who come after us? And he said, well, the ones who come after us are going to be half of what we do. What about the ones who come after them? And he said, well, the ones after them, and he essentially is talking about at the end of history. He says, well, those, the end of history, just confessing Christ, they'll be greater than we are. So this is an example of Christ meeting us where we are. In other words, the context matters for Christ. Like he cares what the context is. And that's where spiritual discernment and pastoral discernment is so invaluable and important, and it's lacking in many ways today because we don't have the experience, and only through experience can you have discernment. So there's many ways that you can see through lives of the saints, saints of the desert fathers, and all this thing that you can see that indeed he's continually doing what he did when we were in darkness. He's coming to us and showing us the light, and that's happening again and again. And there's many people coming to orthodoxy who were in darkness and saw the light through God's providence. So yeah, he's doing that, but it's not to keep us there, right? He doesn't come and meet us where we are in order to keep us there, but to bring us where he is. And that's far beyond anything we can imagine. Like the level he wants to bring us to is far beyond anything we can imagine. We don't even understand the degree and the love and the things that he has in store for us. And that's why it's a tragedy many times, because we don't struggle. We don't understand, we don't see, and we don't struggle, right? So the more you struggle, the more your eyes are opened, the more you see how much further you have to go, or rather what God has in store for you. Right. It's a very positive thing. It's not a negative thing. It's very, very positive. So opening up of the mysteries of this salvation that he offers us. And so he's meeting us. He's knocking on the door. He's waiting for us. He's seeking us out. He's chasing us, all in order to bring us where he is. And that's deification. That's glorification. That's likeness. He's taking us and restoring us, and then he wants to bring us to likeness, but we have to struggle for that. It doesn't come magically.